Okay, so today's topic is over peer pressure, and this is day one. What is peer pressure? So, peer pressure is pretty much when someone or a group of people will influence a decision that you or someone else makes. So, most of the time, peer pressure is associated with doing something wrong, peer pressuring you into making a choice that you normally wouldn't make yourself or by yourself completely. So, this is someone that didn't want to do something. This is other people, peer pressure, your peers, your friends, so forth, who would want you to come to a party with them and do something you wouldn't do, or lie to your parents, or try a drug you've never used before, things like that. Do something or influence you that you would not normally do. So the actual term is influence from members or one peer group. So that's just saying either multiple friends or one friend pressuring you into something that you normally wouldn't do. Okay? So, what are the roles of peer pressure? When you analyze exactly who is getting peer pressured, who is doing the peer pressure, who is just a bystander, who can help, how can things change, what can you change in this situation? So, in this one right here, obviously this person is saying no. This person does not want to do it. So, they are the victim of peer pressure. They're the person that don't want to do it. This person is probably telling them, go ahead, make the choice. It's not that bad. This is the little person sitting on your shoulder telling you everything that you should do wrong, and then your conscience over here telling you what you should do right. But, so the basics of peer pressure is you have two people. You have your victim, and then you have your peer pressure or influence. So you have your victim, which we said is the person that does not want to do something. You have the influence as a group or a person, which is the person trying to influence you into making a choice you normally wouldn't. And then you have bystanders. So that's someone that would just be your friend that was just standing beside you when this happened. That could either help you make the right choice or become part of the problem, which is the influence group. So if we're going to break down this is a script of someone being peer pressured. So if Jessica said, are you coming to the party tonight? Amanda said, no, probably not. Jessica, why? Everyone else is going. The alcohol is already going to be there. You have to come. If you don't, everyone will think you're lame. Amanda, I don't know. My parents would ground me if they found out I drank. Jessica said, they won't find out. Just tell them you're staying at a friend's house. If you don't go, everyone will think you're not fun. Zach, which was a bystander at the time until he said, Amanda, come on, you have to come. Nothing bad will happen. Your parents will not find out, and I will drive you home because I'm only having a few drinks. Amanda, okay, I guess I will go. So, let's back up and as a class, discuss this. So, Jessica is who? Obviously, Jessica is the influencer. Jessica is the one peer pressuring Amanda, which is the victim. Okay? So, Jessica is the one sitting there saying over and over to come, giving her examples of reasons she could come. You're going to be lame at school. Okay, and then you have Zach. Zach comes out of nowhere. Zach chimes in. You should come because I will make everything better. I will drive you home if that will get you to come and do this. Do something you don't want to do. So Zach becomes part of the influence problem. Okay? So you have Amanda who didn't want to go. If Zach maybe would have never came into the picture and just stayed as a bystander, maybe this wouldn't have happened and Amanda could have made the right choice and just went home because that's what her parents would want. As you can see, they're probably all in high school, so him having a few and driving is not helping the cause at all, and it's probably even worse. So, as a class, we could discuss what ways could Amanda have gotten out of this. One, if you don't do these things, why was Amanda hanging out with Jessica? Obviously, Jessica's about influence. So why was Jessica around this? Amanda around this? Is it just a friend in school? If so, then Amanda could have easily walked off. No, I'm not going, but thank you, and turned away. But no, she decided to say, keep on and keep on about it, while she knew Jessica wasn't going to stop. Okay? Zach, he could have not said anything, but he did, and that's really what influenced Amanda. Okay? So, what in this, obviously we figured out who was influencer, bystander, which was that until he became part of the influence. So this is an influence group. And Amanda being the victim. So in the other, which this is what the students would get, a handout. Okay, so this is handout number 2, maybe. So this is handout number 2. That's what we just went over. So handout number 2, this is where the students would have this all together. Okay, so they will do the same thing we just did, but in this one, they will write out beside who's the victim, who's the bystander, who is the influencer, or the one doing the peer pressure. So this one just says, Dylan, here you go, man. No, Lane. No, man, I don't smoke. Really? Why not? I don't know. My dad always did it when I was younger, so I just never gave it much interest. So this person has obviously had influence by their family of the reasons why they don't do it. They have the family social influence of reasons why not. Dylan, it's not that bad. One hit isn't going to hurt you. It's not like you become a drug addict if you hit one hit of something. Ha ha ha. Like, I just don't care to do it. Dylan, man, come on, just hit it one time. I promise you'll be fine, and I'm not going to tell no one. Lane, well, I mean, you're right, but you just cannot tell no one. So they would really just analyze this, describing who's the victim, who's the influencer, doing the peer pressure, and then it says they will answer these questions. Write and tell how, if you were Lane, how you could have avoided the situation or have not fallen into peer pressure like Lane. So they would just write a short sentence of, a short paragraph of they could, what they would have done if they were in this situation. If they were Lane from the very beginning, what they would have said, how they would have acted, or did they know they would have fell into peer pressure, or how they could fix that. Another one is, what did Lane do right and what did he do wrong? Explain in full sentences. So there are some things that Lane did right, and there are some things that Lane did wrong. So in the end, he ended up falling into peer pressure. So explain to me, why did he do that? What do you think the cause was? Do you think he was embarrassed? Do you think he just wanted to try it? What do you think that influence on him that really changed his mind on wanting to do this? And then the students will do that. That is their ticket out the door. And then that is just day 1 of peer pressure. Really getting understanding what peer pressure is, what it could be used for, how it could be used, the different roles of peer pressure, and analyzing those situations.